Hi, hello. It's your host, Zack Lyman, and you are watching or listening to the Zack Lyman Podcast. And thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, thanks for joining us. I have a wonderful episode for you today. It's my good friend, Ian Crowley. He's a stand-up comedian and filmmaker located in Seattle. And we had a great conversation about film and weird comedy and stand-up and our long drive to Oregon. We cover it all in this episode. So if you like any of those things, stay right here. Check it out in a second. But before we get into the episode, I'd love to see where you guys are and let's put something together. Let's do something fun. But thank you so much, and let's get right into the episode with my good friend and the very funny Ian. I've known you for months.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
But I
don't remember when.
I don't remember when, but I also feel like I've known you for 10 years.
Oh, yeah, because of the car ride.
Yeah, because we went to Oregon together.
Yes, yeah.
And we did some gigs out there.
Yeah, that was a road trip.
That was a road trip. That was a
bond.
long...
We bonded.
Yeah.
That was the 10 years.
So I'm like, I don't know when I met you, but also it could have been 10 years ago. Did you start doing stand-up in Seattle?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Michigan originally, but when I was 22, I moved to Northern California, and I was there for a year, but then me and my partner moved to Seattle because they had like a master's program on Bainbridge Island.
Okay.
And once we lived on the other side of the Puget Sound, I started like ferrying over and doing stand-up. And
your goal is not to be king producer of the country. It's definitely still stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, what's your stand-up goals?
Yeah. Okay. So when I started doing stand-up, it was explicitly like, if I can get paid one time, I will have felt like this weird itch in my brain since I was a kid of like, could you ever succeed at that? And I had people all around me as a kid, like around in my family, that were just like constantly the most extroverted, like types making jokes and stuff. But like they would always act like getting up on stage was like the most terrifying and like embarrassing yourself or whatever. And I think in school, I found like school projects where you could like kind of be funny in front of the class or whatever. I like learned that I could press through that like terror of and then be really happy with the result. So I am happy that I chose doing stand-up, but it was mainly like that itch and wanting to meet people that are writers to make like films with. So
where's your goals now? Like,
so actually gonna move not too long, probably like the summer, to Chicago.
Okay.
Because I'm from the Midwest originally, and I don't feel like I kind of achieved all the goals that I would like to in Seattle when it comes to comedy. Like, no, like, I mean, it's gonna be hard leaving Seattle and seeing like all my like friends do like
cool stuff,
the crazy cool stuff. And like, you know, it'll just be the kind of thing where I knew that I was never gonna be in this city forever. Like, I was gonna leave eventually, and I'm happy to have had kind of my like, I also feel like when it comes to like my aspirations as a filmmaker, like I'll always feel the necessity to like find the writers that I can make stuff with. And that to me will always be stand-up, because that was the writing that I really like fell in love with as a kid.
What are you doing with it now that it's premiered?
So we are entering it into like a few select kind of like festivals and competitions. The big one that I'm excited about, and you know, it's a festival, so I fully expected to just put my money there and never hear about it, but it's the one that is making me not release it fully online yet, is the Just for Laughs, the pilot one.
I saw they're doing that.
Right. And it's like, I didn't even view it as a pilot. We originally were just like, we have these sketches that all feel like spiritually like linked. And I love like, you know, Treehouse of Horror and all those like any kind of like, it's little horror vignettes, but it's comedy's the main focus. And then I saw like the pilot submission, because we were going to submit the short film option, but it was like 10 minutes and under.
Oh, really?
And then
that's like, I could see you doing doing, like episode after episode, and it really coming together.
And have you heard of Gates Open Washington?
Yes.
It's Monica's. Monica Nevi's grant thing. So I applied for that, and I submitted Panic Shack as kind of the, basis. And basically it was a detailing for the budget for like Panic Shack 2, but like upgraded, like have money towards it at all. And
Panic Shack 2, now with money.
Yeah, and it won't be called Panic Shack. It will probably just be something else.
I think it's like, because then you could use any goodwill or fame or whatever it could be of stand-up to help make the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit. And then like for me, like lately I've been leaning towards like documentaries so much, and I'm like starting to recognize the correlation between like stand-up and documentaries, where it's like I like telling stories in stand-up, I like telling stories with documentaries. I could do either of them without a crew. Right. I can do it about any subject.
Wilson.
Yeah. I can just do it whatever.
For sure.
How's what's your your stand-up writing process look like? Because you do characters, and mine's all based on often life experiences or just a weird idea that grew into something. But for you, these characters, I'm not always sure where they came from. I'm not always sure.
I would consider my writing process very fragmented. I will have an idea that strikes me, and I think I'm often passively thinking what would be funny on stage, especially once I started becoming really addicted to that feeling of I went as unhinged as possible, and that got the best reaction. I remember when I first did something like that, and I was like, okay, now what in my life can kind of provoke a fun, what can I channel this and into? And I found that little tiny ideas that strike me in the moment, then I'll will sit on those, and hopefully over the next
that's how I've been writing a lot lately, is either do you write on stage?
Yes. Especially the more character bits, the bits that meander more, then you have the space to and it kind of gets a little bit improv style and I've one joke, literally the entire thing I would say was written on stage, and honestly I probably can't really revisit writing that joke unless I'm on stage.
I feel do you feel you need the pressure of being on and the pressure of getting the response to kind of push that?
For sure. I maybe not even consciously, but I agree.
Are you at this point because with filmmaking and with all these other projects, are you thinking about your next 30 minutes or your next hour, or putting together an hour or 30 minutes? Are you thinking about those things?
I think an Edinburgh Fringe show is what I am more looking to build. And definitely an hour,
Yeah.
But I I have a YouTube. I make short style, heavily edited content. I am making, I told you in your kitchen over here, I'm trying to make weekly short films where I experiment with animation and stuff. And that's all stuff I want to take to a show. Where it's 30 minutes me doing performance, 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes projector film that I've, shot. That's my dream. And I think I'm close to a first iteration of that.
You gotta you've been booked and busy every day, I feel like.
Yeah, trying to stay busy, like I said, Max Keeble movements, where I'm trying to be booked, fill up my calendar as much as possible before I go to Chicago, and then I can, like you said, it's always going to be starting from scratch.
Where can people find you online?
I'm Ian Crowley, IANCROWLEY 137 on everything. That's TikTok. That's X. I don't use it. That's YouTube. That's Instagram. And YouTube and Instagram's where all my short film stuff will be. Stand-up is more TikTok, Instagram. But I don't post a ton. But I post a ton of movie stuff, but not really a ton of stand-up clips. But come see me do stand-up for sure.
Well, thank you so much for doing the podcast.
My God. Thank you so much for having me, Zach. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you.
Yeah. We're about to drive to Lebanon right now.
Get in. Get in, baby.
I'm going to press record this time.
Yeah. And I've been your host, Zack Lyman. Outro music.